Welcome back here at Goldberg. Today we'll be talking about golden retriever energy and what it entails. For those you don't know, in the past, the Borg Collective on their dating app profiles would say, I love taco cells, or good vibrators only. Now they have embraced the concept of GRE, golden retriever energy. And in the article that references this concept I was reading, they broke down how frustrated modern women are dealing with bad boys who pump and dump them, break their hearts, the Chads and Tyrones, and they certainly don't want to turn to nice guys who feel entitled to female attention, unlike those bad boys, of course. Oh, if you call yourself a nice guy, mind you, it simply indicates that you are physically repulsive to the vast majority of women. You're not nice. That's just the loser's narrative. But these chicas, in their ingenuity, have decided they need the golden retriever boys because that's going to make their life happier. And as I was exhaustively looking at and kneading through the evidence in this piece, I had these nightmarish flashbacks to the West Elm Caleb controversy. For those who don't remember, all these girls got on TikTok and they were whining and complaining because this dude with superior SMV was spinning more plates than the family china drawer. And of course, the main chick was Asian. So they don't like this because, as much as women might say, I know my worth, if they were practical, they would stick with their looks match or maybe a little bit above, a little bit below, because there's less chance they're going to be abandoned. But what they say is if a guy they find very desirable is paying attention to them, naturally he wants to worship the ground they stand on. In reality, the dude's going, there's a lot of other ground I want to worship. And this causes the women to break down into just oodles of rage. So they need a solution to it. And that comes with the golden retriever energy beta male. And yes, I did say beta male because what it means is a guy who is always patting her on the back, always supporting her, being positive, stop being a negative doomer, that kind of thing. Essentially, a maidservant to do as she wants. You want to call it golden retriever boy. The more PC term would be beta cuck Chad Gina. Make sure you write that down because there could be a quiz. In any case, I've seen this trend percolating for some time because if you remember David Scammon of Self Developed fame, he was the one who said, women don't want Chad because Chad will leave them lonely. They'd prefer Brad, who is the loyal puppy dog. Because obviously, we all want to aspire to be dogs on a leash. I guess I would choose Pekingese if I had to. Regardless, you just have that image in your mind of the girl going, oh, Brad was a beta, a raring tearing beta. At any steak dinner, he knew just how to pay. And that is a lot of what you're looking at. Because truthfully, women don't exactly respect these men. They see it as a way to feel better because their egos got bruised from rejection. And I have a personal experience I can impart. I didn't end up going the route of these fine gentlemen, but some months ago, I guess in the summer, if we can still say some, was hit up out of the blue by an ex. And I know you're not supposed to engage, but I was bored. It was my day off. I said, screw it. You can come over. And I just do the basic pleasantries. I'd made a pot of tea, offered her a cup. She sipped it a bit, but didn't really want. And inevitably, she was expecting Dr. Goldberg to administer a remedy, which I did. I provided her with the medicine, but not in the location she was requesting because I didn't want 18 years of bad luck. As it was coming out, she either hooked up with someone or wanted to off a dating app, really liked someone, but demanded a relationship. They said, no, not interested. And that completely annihilated her ego. So she had to feel better by being reminded that she had some value. But I guess her plot was, oh, she can get back with me. And I said, well, thank you. You've been a very fine USB port, but we'll have to part ways. The alternative is you end up one of these guys who from the outside appears to be successful, but in truth it's a case of crouching tiger, hidden incel. I'll give you a couple of examples. I know this short, light-skinned brother, he is kind of beefy, he goes to the gym, but if you were to put a hat on, he'd look like Super Smash Wario. Regardless, he can get laid from time to time, but only if he leads with his wallet. So he'll take a girl out, first date, four or $500 on an expensive dinner, alcohol, presents, hotel, and many cases they go, we can be friends. But in certain instances, he does in fact get to smash. You say, well, he can afford that lifestyle. Sort of. He makes over 100 grand, but because he spends so much on these women and lifestyle, he'll be asking people to give him money because he can't cover his bills. Now, it's okay if you want to make that your priority, but just understand there's a knee that must be bent. You can try to be this GRE, always do what she wants, shower her with gifts, fancy dinners, all that, but there's a cost. Another guy, even more brutal, Caucasian bowling cell, a big Trump supporter, which makes it even funnier in a way. But this dude married a single mom, and you say, well, he means the black pill doesn't apply to him because he's short. Now, hold on for a second. And he has money, mind you. He has a good job. He's got money from his parents. So I always had suspicions because he was a little bit weird. It turns out he has an agreement with his wife. There's cameras installed in their bedroom, and he live streams her getting banged out by other dudes. Those are the terms of their relationship. So don't assume shortkings.lol.com. Much of the time, you see, you can do everything you want to be this backup for a woman who got her ego bruised, but she's still not going to truly desire you, and you're going to have to do all this, essentially be a cuck dancing house chicken if you want to be successful with her for any longer duration of time. But for some men, the price is simply too high. They have to take a big step back and go, I have not yet begun to simp. In my case, I was interacting with a 7 out of 10. She's 30 years old, has a master's degree, not a complete moron most of the time. But when females attempt that strategy of garnering praise and compliments, wherein they will whine about their life, their job, their existence being terrible. And it isn't that they intend to off themselves or quit, find other employment, go travel the world. They simply need a reassurance. Well, she happened to catch me at the wrong time because I'm enjoying myself doing my grocery shopping. And nothing grinds my gears more than a chick trying to garner validation while I'm in the process of getting eggnog. And so I joked with her. I didn't do the typical simp routine. She flew off the handle, said she was going to block me. She hated me, whatever. And I'm just going, man, if I needed all the pats on the back and praise for merely existing that all the girls I've come across in my life have required, I probably would have taken some pills back in '03, and you guys would have been spared this horrible YouTube channel. You could just watch PewDiePie. So there is a silver lining. Regardless, I don't know where that stems from on an evolutionary basis of women having anxiety or needing this type of praise, reassurance, because you can understand hypergamy or the war bride phenomenon, their ability to switch emotions on and off for different men. But it seems to me that if they were complaining and needing all this praise, eventually Chag or Ty Rug would have said, all right, you got to get off at this stop. And that's where their head's going out with a bowl game. But who knows? Maybe one of the higher IQ people like Stardust or Red Pill Tokyo Mentor can chime in. They perhaps know what's going on. You simply have to appreciate it. Golden Retriever energy means you're going to be the beast of burden on borrowed time for a woman. And it may be your best option in the West. I'm not saying it's always bad. Just know what's going on and don't become defensive when people point it out because it could very well save your life. And if you don't listen to Goldberg, you'll become like one of those ASMR videos. Babe, where are you? It's 3 a.m., babe. Are you there? Did you step out? Babe? Honey? Brutal.